Live.
Okay, we're alive!
Hello everyone and welcome to another wonderful game from
Live.
Overwatch Pretenders.
Okay, we're alive!
Hello
We
everyone
have the
and
good
welcome
old
to another wonderful...
Scuffed on the right hand side here, and facing the Toxic Shock in blue. Going to play on King's Row in the first time. We're actually facing some interesting team comps here, as we obviously will see the Torbjorn on the Scuffed team here. And on the left side, it's not really decided yet, but we'll definitely see.
We can only pray that they run Attack Torb and Doomfist. That would just
Attack
make my life.
Is matter.
That's right. You enable Torb and he can just carry. Easy.
Yeah. He's basically only a projectile McCree, so you need to click heads.
He's a McCree with a turret, right? I mean,
yeah, he's like, it's having two players. It's having two players. And remember,
they swapped out for
turret.
the inferior Pharah, unfortunately.
Instant loss. Instant
loss. That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Stop throwing.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a glass of water, so I'm ready for this stream. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Alright. Since my good old co-cast is getting a glass of water, we're facing off the team in 9 seconds here. It's looked like we're running the double hit scan with Widowmaker on the Toxic Shock, facing the Pharaoh. It's going to have a really hard time here. Approaching the first point, Widowmaker trying to get some cheeky shots, and Ollie instantly killing 8 here. Beautiful shot. It's not able to rest that because it's so far up in the open. Good main tank displacement here. Pharaoh's going in for that kill. Fire Strike. Good old charge abilities. There comes the charge in. Pedunji dropping to that Reinhardt. Machine Gun taking up the Epic Thunder there. They traded, kind of. They're taking that point. Nobody's coming back from that.
Yeah, Scuff's coming out real strong. Looks like it's going to be a pretty quick cap of the Toxic Shock.
It was actually a really big mistake there in the beginning. Ollie just immediately took down 8 and was in a non-resable position, and then the big concussive blast by Farah, displacing the Reinhardt. He just charged into a wall and everything fell apart from there. So he missed out quite big time. Beautiful place.
Yeah, I know. I get a glass of water and the first point's already capped. That's on me, I guess. I should have been more prepared.
That's Overwatch for you. Get a glass of water and you lose the first point.
Miss everything. Yep. Really
Been
aggressive. Aggressive pin coming out there from Lycan, and he is punished for it by Moshi. So he does get the res.
Ollie is sitting at a rather interesting position here on the right hand side. Trying to shell in some shots, but not really finding any picks.
Valkyries coming out from each team. Looks like yeah, Toxic Shock are going to be able to stabilize here.
Ollie finding 2 picks, but it's not going to be enough. 3 picks
comes
actually.
Another. Ollie looking for heads to click.
And Reinhardt just backing off. He's like, I don't want to get my head clicked.
Moshi punishes Ollie for being a little overaggressive.
He just runs behind his Reinhardt.
What else are you gonna do? You're not gonna run out of Reinhardt of your own, are you? Walls coming out. Scuffed. Ollie just finding all these heads.
He's the far superior Widowmaker on this team. He's completely uncontested, clicks the heads really good, well positioning as well. He's just running rings around them. Combined with that Farah.
Wild. It looks like Farah might be going for a fancy barrage here through the window. They don't see her, it doesn't look like.
At this point, they don't even need her. They're gonna just take the point for free. They're not contesting.
Looks like... Oh, almost a big group on the Moshi, man.
Toxic Shock looking rather not so good here. Ollie is just
on fire. Big ult coming out from Lycan's Rock.
Give this man a contract for the Overwatch. Holy shit. He's just popping off.
Unfortunately just falls off the edge and dies. Ite getting picked by Juice. This is huge. This is absolutely huge.
And look at Reinhardt. He's like, oh, he's getting graphed, and there comes in Barrage.
And there is only so much you can do. Epic Family coming in big with the Barrage there.
It's just Will trying to... not enough bodies there on the point. They just simply can't get it. And now more with the coalescence, but it's not on the point.
3 feet away from the point. That's a big
A big
shatter,
shatter
though.
though.
That may just be enough to turn it around.
And Moshima is just out of
Maybe I
mag.
spoke
He's
too
not
soon.
usable.
I think I spoke too soon. Another return shatter coming out from Lycanthrope. It looks like Scuffed are
this
going
should
to
be
take this
it.
point pretty handily with a lot of time left on the clock. 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
That was an incredible round by Scuff. They just utilized their Widow so well, protected her from every incoming damage, and Ollie is just like, man, if you give me the room, I'll just carry you, no problem. Really
Yeah.
well done by him.
Did Ollie die a single time that round, actually?
No, he died once, I believe, but that was about it.
Yeah,
And
for
he
3 points, dying once is not too bad.
especially as Widowmaker, if you're running against an enemy Widowmaker, it means winning every battle, and that's something to be considered.
Yeah, I'm actually almost surprised that Toxic Shock would be running a Widow of their own right now.
It's like if you can't counter the Widow with your own Widow,
yeah, you
what
would
you gonna
almost want to
do?
switch off onto something more robust, you know.
Yeah, you will need that Winston, and you will need that D.Va to contest her. Speaking of the D.Va, wish I get her.
Yeah, we've got a
Toxic Charlotte.
D.Va and a Genji, so maybe they're looking to dive Ollie so he can't get his shots off.
But he's probably like, ah, dive me whatever you want.
Yeah,
I
he's
kill
like,
you
that's
anyway.
cute. I've got a Junkrat and a Zarya here to protect me. You try to dive me, I've got bubbles and I've got concussion mines.
What's absolutely interesting in these teams is you see very different DPS all around and different tanks, but the support line is always the same. You see the Mercy and you see Zenyatta. Just shows how good Zenyatta and Mercy are as a support combo.
Epic Panda looks like he's going for a sneaky trap right there on the bus. Marking his territory with the spray.
He's just Epic Panda. Man, look at Reinhardt. He's going wild.
Let's see. The Battle of the
Ollie's said
Widows.
enough.
Oh,
See,
looks
and there's the initial
Ollie's-
pick on 8.
Looks like Ollie's gonna win that one. Can he do it a second time? Nope.
Oh,
Light
8
returns
picking
the
up Ollie.
favor. 8. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the result is the same.
Red is back. Ollie back in action.
He says you can't stop me all day. I'm gonna find the time to shut you down. Moshi Man getting demeched right there. Maybe a little bit of an overextension. Caught out on her own.
Oh man.
Speaking of overextensions,
Lycanthrope
Lycanthrope.
way too far. Discorded as well.
Not that it matters. He wasn't punished at all.
They just ignored him. That was actually a huge mistake by the Toxic Shock there. You need to punish those mistakes.
Yeah, that could have been big. Just that one pick there. Mercy wouldn't have been able to res that all the way out there.
Now comes the Shadow in. Finds nobody.
Moshi Man
Moshi
getting
Man.
demeched again. I think
But
some of the
8
problems
finds.
from Toxic Shock might just be communication, because it looks like some of them are pushing forward when everyone else isn't quite ready.
I do agree, and they don't capitalize on mistakes. It seems like they're getting away with much more than they actually should, especially considering Scuff has not really the best positioning here. The Reinhardt is often find out alone. Discorded as well, but none of the DPS really tries to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I think Scuffed isn't too worried at this point after their excellent performance on attack. Ooh, Will finding the really nice jumping shot to 8. Or onto Ollie, my bad.
Ollie is dead.
Riptire coming
They
out from
actually
it. Oh, and he's finding the
Riptide,
Riptire.
whoa, popping off on the Riptide, nice, good stuff. Doesn't find anything with that Shadow. Still got the man advantage here.
Yeah, Will's been playing excellent on this Hanzo now.
It's now on the tanks to actually create the space to be utilized for Will really good. They're winning the sniper duel, and Ollie is not finding any picks here anymore. He found his master in Will.
Yeah, I think they're learning to play the sight lines a little bit better. Epic Panda, though, coming in with the flank through the hotel to get Lamperouge. That's actually a big pick on the Zenyatta there.
And you see kind of the support line really separated from the actual main tank line. And they're just suffering, no healing at all. Then it's just cleanup duty.
Lycanthrope coming in
Scuffed.
with the 3K after the Zarya grab. That was a massive grab.
We have 1 minute 30 on the clock left. That doesn't seem too good.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
the
going
Toxic
to be
Shock
an
here.
uphill battle for Toxic Shock right now. They do have a slight ult advantage, it looks like, but will it be enough is the question.
And the other coming close in with the Transcendence, he couldn't deny anything they do in the next push.
I think a well-placed Earth Shatter into a Hanzo Dragon might be what Toxic Shock needs. We'll see if they can pull it off.
It's the battle of the Rhinos and Pedungi against Lycanthrope.
Yeah, if I was Lycanthrope, I'm not sure I'd even bother dropping my shield, because it doesn't look like they've got a lot to pressure it.
And Ollie, speaking of him, finds 2 picks. Kills their entire team basically, and just backing off Pedungi, backing off into spawn, saving his Earth Shadow. Switch off to the Genji now.
Only 36 seconds left. It is going to be really tough for Toxic Shock here. Pop in the preemptive Valkyrie to get a little damage boost and healing so they can push
Just to
their
actually
way
get in the point, but there's the Riptide coming in, gets Machine Man. It's huge.
Ooh, and
Both tanks are down.
Earth Shatter from Pedungi shut down by Lycanthrope. Looks like
point,
that
it doesn't
just
look good.
might be it.
Yeah, I don't think Toxic Shock is going to come back from that. 8 getting slowly farmed by the Zarya. Gets away with it in the end. Unbelievable.
Kind of a messy fight here at the end.
2
Although the
picks
kills
here.
are coming in
3
favor of
picks.
Toxic Shock.
Block the
Maybe
shatter.
this is it. That grab is going to be big though. Lycanthrope just swinging his hammer.
There's actually no one capitalizing on the Graviton, and there's not damage, and now popping up with the Valkyrie. And it looks like they
Toxic
might
Shock.
take the point.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to take it. We'll see if Scuffed wants to contest that at all at the very end.
I simply
not gonna
don't have the
time for
bodies
that.
there. I think that's it. Toxic
that's-
Shock taking the first point in overtime.
They are going to take the point, but we'll see how much of a difference it makes. They only have 2 minutes and 25 seconds now to take second point.
At this point, they need to really run a straight up, full-on stomp on them to actually compare it for the next map if they're going to take it to the end. We'll see how they do.
Yeah, certainly an uphill battle, but one they can do if they play their cards right.
They definitely got the healing advantage with the Moira and the Mercy here. They're the strongest healers in the game.
Yeah, they put out incredible amounts of healing. Although that
Looks like
Discord
Epic
orb
Panda
is
is
almost
small,
just
too.
as valuable. You know, if they were to have a
That
Zenyatta.
Ollie. It's like, it doesn't
Ollie.
matter how much healing you get. You can hit all the healing in the world. A Wither headshot will not be denied. Ollie
Yeah,
popping
Ollie's
off.
got all the space in the world to work with. Nobody's trying to contest him.
And Epic Panda just cleaning up everything that's in front of him. Well done.
Shooting fish in a barrel for Ollie right
No
now.
one can hide from my sight.
Although
They
lots
do
of,
not even...
lots of ultimates coming in from Toxic Shock if they want to utilize them.
We got the Dragon Blade as well, which could be huge.
And maybe they can use that to finally shut down Ollie.
Preempt the Valkyrie.
Looks like that's what they're trying to do. Unfortunately, not enough. Ollie drops into the Transcendence, and that's going to be
Forces out the Transcendence, so we still got the Demon Bomb coming up and the Coalescence. But it's going to be countered by that Riptide. It zones it out pretty massively, and Ollie's finding the headshot. Riptide
that was
completely
a great
destroyed.
fire strike from Lycanthrope.
Yeah. Gotta give credit to that Reinhardt. Good rest by the Mercy.
Yeah, it looks
Managed
like
to
all
find-
the kills are coming in favor of Scuffed. Apologies. Moshi Man gonna be able to get back, maybe.
Trying to get out.
Unfortunately, D-Mac
Oh, it gets
right
D-Mac. That's
before.
huge.
Yeah, you're basically a 5v6 at this point.
The Baby Diva isn't really there to utilize as a tank. 150 health. What you gonna do?
Looks like we're gonna see a tactical visor from Epic Panda from behind.
Yeah, he's just sneaky around it and trying to get a good of line of sight. Sneaky and waiting for their approach through the choke.
And biding his time. A very smart play, especially knowing all the squishies are in the back line. Will coming out big though.
Remember,
with 2 picks.
Diva's not on the back, so there's no chance of hell in blocking that. Diva dies immediately. Actually, does not get any value after tackle, just 2 picks. And the Toxic Shocker continuously pushing that payload. That was really good play by the front line.
Yeah, it looks like they might be able to take this actually if they can play the cards just right. Toxic Shock or Scuffed are probably going to want to contest this at the very end though. 8 coming out big though with the kill on Juice. That's actually pretty huge.
It's gonna be
least
rest
they-
immediately.
yeah.
I'm not going.
But at least
I
they
do
won't
not
have Rest
think-
going into this now. And they won't even have
The
a
Mercy
Mercy.
is down.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not worth contesting at all. I don't think they should do. And they're not even going to do it. Yeah, the Rhino's out of position now. It's cleanup duty for Toxic
So
Shock.
it was a little messy, but Toxic Shock did manage to at least push it through the second point. Maybe they can get
But
the
again,
third here.
Only 1 minute 20, and Epic Panda finds the second Riptide. That jungler is not having the time. 8. It's to stab us. It's a Riptide play.
No matter
Pretty
what,
big.
even if Toxic Shock does manage to push this through at a third point, it's going to be a huge time disadvantage for them.
Yes, they need to do it before overtime to actually have a chance in winning that.
Lots of ultimates coming out here. Blade
And the
coming
Dragon
out
Blade
from
coming in.
Will. What can he do with
Finds
it?
Ollie. Epic Panda falls off the map. Pedunji just falls down to Lycanthrope. But Moshi-Man and Willy
Is that what they
and
needed?
Nick it reds the Pedunji. Nice.
Looks like they're at least going to be able to take it to this corner here, this final corner. They've got the end
Ollie
in their
finds eight there.
sights.
And now we're getting to the point where Scuffed has actually the spawn advantage. Pretty big shadow.
Yeah,
Good
lots of
kills
kills coming in favor of Toxic Shock now.
Pretty nice to Lucio though. But
Yeah,
Orb
Lycanthrope
somehow
goes down.
finds the right.
Yeah, before he can finish his pin. So not only did it
And they're
kill
gonna
him, but
take
it
it
saved the
more
life.
overtime, aren't they? Oh, that's a pretty big rest. The main tank is on point again. Just trying to deny that till overtime.
Yeah, that was a really big Dragon Strike. Not only did it kill, I forget who it killed right there, but it also saved the Mercy from being killed. Gave her enough cover
It
to get
looks
the
like
res off.
it looks like Toxic Shock and Arcane win this a pretty big tie by 8.
They
And
managed to finish it.
they went off the point. They went off the point.
Yeah, Toxic Shock did have the numbers, but maybe Scuffed could have grinded it out just a little bit longer to let their team get there. They may have been able to save that.
But remember, Scuffed 4 minutes to get 1 tick on the first point of King's Row.
Yeah, it's gonna take just about a miracle here for Toxic Shock, but do you believe? I guess we'll have to see.
Oh, I've done it loads of times in competitive, but this is high-level Overwatch play. I don't think Scuffed is going to lose this. No
Yeah,
way in hell.
If Scuffed is smart, they know they've got a lot of time in their bank. They can just build up their ultimates, and as soon as Toxic Shock make one mistake and they get that one pick, that's just about it for Toxic Shock. Scuffed will just be able to go 6v5 and take that first
If you're
pick pretty
Tox-
easily.
If you're Toxic Shock, you really need to play around this Zenyatta, but they don't actually run them. They run Moira and Mercy, which is fine for healing, but you don't have any sustainability ults like a Transcendence or Sound Barrier.
Yeah,
So it's
Epic
going to be
Panda
really hard.
knows that Toxic Shock hasn't been running a lot of hit scan here too, so I think they're going to run the Pharah to take advantage of that. And like you said, without a Discord on the Pharah, it's going to be really tough to take out of this guy. The only thing you've got is Hanzo, and that is an uphill battle for sure.
Many people don't underestimate the Moira as well. Her ridiculous. Can definitely annoy the Pharah. But we'll see how they approach it. Being careful. Just trying to get an overview of everything in the Pharah. Just shelling and free damage.
Yeah,
Only
Epic
get
Panda
dived by
just
the
taking
Eagle.
it slow, knows he's got all the time in the world. Getting little
No way
pot
to
shots in
rush
here,
it.
building up ult.
And 8 finding juice.
It's a good
Well, Epic
pick,
Panda
but
is just-
they do have the spawn advantage from Scuffed and the res.
Yes. And Epic Panda, look at the damage coming in on him. He's just... He nearly has Barrage. 60%, only 40% again. Nearly onto it. We got the Valkyrie coming in on the Scuffed side.
It looks like this may be the final fight here. The Scuffed pushes in, tries to take advantage of their numbers. Both
That's
Reinhardt's
good.
going down. Dragon Strike coming out
Dragon
from Will.
coming in.
Does find 2.
Huge.
That's
3
pretty
kills.
big. Yeah, that is a
That
big
was
3k there.
absolute
That might have saved the
save.
point for them for now. Is that a team kill?
Huge.
Almost.
That
Absolutely
was
massive.
insanely well executed by Will in that point. That was single-handedly saved by him.
Yeah,
No doubt
Will
about it.
definitely deserved that res there. Totally
Yeah,
saved that point.
he earned it.
We got 2 minutes 45 seconds left on the clock. Lots 4 ults coming in from Scuffed.
They
Almost
only have
6.
Earth Shadow to dodge something and kind of extend. That needs to be a clutch shadow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Pedunji.
definitely gonna take some extreme 10,000 IQ plays to take it.
It looks like they're committing all their ults now into it.
Ooh, a big
Oh,
Riptire
double
from
kill
8
by
though.
8.
Another big one returned
Will
from
takes
Epic
down
Panda.
8.
It looks like Toxic Shock may be able to hold this again. Wow.
And if you look at the ultimates now, the advantage is not really huge anymore. They
Yeah,
got
they're
the Dragon
actually
Strike,
pretty
they got the
comparable.
Graviton.
The only real major advantage I see right now for Scuffed is the spawn advantage.
Yeah, and the thing is, you need to remember, they got the Graviton, they got the Dragon Strike, they only have a Coalescence to dodge it. So, I don't know about that.
Bill coming out with another Dragon Strike already. Did not take
Kills
long.
the Reinhardt.
Yeah, that power boost from the Mercy is absolutely huge. Just puts out so much damage with those dragons.
And they didn't actually capitalize on that. Is the miracle going to happen here?
Trading kills.
just
That's a
keep hitting
huge
them.
shatter coming in from P. Dungy, too. It
And
looks
8
like
takes
they're
down
going to
the
be able to
Farah.
hold it once again. Are they gonna be able-
Unbelievable play by the
And the
Toxic
stall
Shock
on
here. They really
Zoclos,
put it
that's
after
going to buy them another 8 seconds or so. That's pretty big.
And I tell you what, man, 8 is on that Farah. He's just like, oh man, I don't need a hit scan. I just fly up to her and kill her myself.
That's right, I got
Whoa.
my concussion mines, that's all I need. I'm an anti-air missile.
Yeah. And now look at the
Absolutely.
ult advantage. We've got
Yeah.
the Valkyrie coming in and the Riptide.
Yeah, this is incredible defense from Toxic Shock here, managing to hold this point. They've got them all
Now
the way
they're
down
going
to
in
50
aggressive.
seconds now.
8 finding the D-Mag on the Diva. Really well done.
Rip Tower coming in from 8 again.
sterben nicht.
Epic Panda looking for it. That's huge!
Finds
That's a
down.
big pick right there. It looks like Toxic Shock are going to be able to hold this one for just another fight here. Absolutely
And what's
incredible
really-
plays.
And what's really massive as well, they denied the rest for Zoclos, so they will
Big
not
stall
have it
on
in the next
Lycanthrope
fight.
too. Yeah, wow. Absolutely incredible.
Lycanthrope only coming in with 1 Earthshatter and nearly 1 Valkyrie, but you have the Diva and you have the Coalescence. You nearly got the Dragon Strike. Toxic Shock putting on the miracle here.
Wow, yeah, this is incredible. Scuff knows they gotta get on point to
Finds the
trigger that
Epic
OT.
Panda, first pick. It's a pretty big shatter
yeah,
coming
that's
in.
that is a
But
pretty big
8
shatter.
denies the D-Mac again. Getting rest by a Mercy. 8 finding 1 pick again.
I'm just like so invested in this, I don't even have the words. It looks like Toxic Shock
And the
may have
Sunberry-
pulled off the miracle of the
Unbelievable! Are they
century.
going to pull that up? The Mac on them.
Oh my
Mac
goodness.
trying to do something, but it's not
Absolutely.
enough.
This is incredible.
It's just Lucy and Tracer contesting, and the zoning bomb.
That's
And are
it?
they going to- They hold it. It's
What a hold!
It's a hold.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
14.
That was incredible.
Unbelievable.
I have no words.
This
I
is
mean, I've
just
got-
insane.
I've got a couple words. They're incredible, amazing, like well done. They're all synonyms. They're all the same thing. Wow.
Toxic Shock. That was,
Absolutely. The underdogs coming into this against 4.5 minutes, I believe
and
it was.
that's a well-deserved draw. That's
yeah.
a well-deserved.
They
draw.
fought for every inch, and they earned that. Absolutely
Why
incredible.
didn't you do that on the first place? Why didn't you do that on the first place?
They may
You could
take
have
a
won
little
that
bit to
back.
get warmed up, but once they're there, they'll show you who's boss. Toxic
Unbelievable
Shock
performance.
coming out with one of the best holds I've seen in a long, long time against
And if
all
they
odds.
take that, if they take that confidence in the next game, we might see Toxic Shock turning that around.
Yeah, there may be some big mentality plays going on here. Toxic Shock coming in super confident maybe into this next round. Scuffed maybe not so much. I guess we're gonna have to see. Scuffed are gonna be choosing the map now here. I believe it is between Oasis and Ilios. So we'll see what they choose. What a round.
That's I'm still left for words with that Toxic Shock defense. Perfect management of ults, even if you don't have the Zenyatta to dodge the Dragon Strike, but it wasn't even needed because they killed everyone before they could even approach it. Really well done. Honestly impressed by that.
That
Can't
yeah,
really-
that was
Can't really argue that.
man. I'm still in shock. That's crazy.
Are you in Toxic
I am
Shock?
in toxic
Ah,
shock.
I mean,
Oh, what an apt name, huh?
oh, the puns are awful, but gotta live for that.
Looks like we're gonna see Oasis. Yeah, which is different. I feel like we don't see a lot of Oasis here. It's mostly Ilios as far as my personal experience has gone.
Ice is definitely an interesting map. Only control point, so can't really do an insane defense like on King's Row with that. But I believe in the Toxic Shock. They got the confidence going. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. We're seeing some subs come in here. Alright,
I always
sorry
see the
about that.
first.
Trying to figure out all these subs and everything. Looks like we're going to see P. Dungy coming out for Pi.
Hey, as long as it's not Pine, I'm fine. You know?
Pine might be a little bit above our skill level, just a little bit.
It's just a little bit. I mean, put Pine on the Mercy, and don't give him a healing staff, and we might be able
Yeah,
to do something.
tell
with
you
it.
what, Pine can go McCree, okay, but it's going to be a 1v6 to balance it out.
I wouldn't even be that sure that he.
we gotta get 6 Brigidas. Yeah.
Oh man, even one Brigade is too. It's too much. Even one is too much.
So Pine's an abs. They don't call him the big boss for nothing, huh?
Yeah. Put Pine on Roadhog and let him play with 6 controllers. He's able to do that. Probably going to see Bridget the first time as well, because control point is absolutely huge for that.
Yeah, we're gonna see Bridget coming in the next, or I should say the first stage, I guess. It is both the next and the first. This is just the preliminary stage, as we work out the kinks of the league. And then next stage, we'll see the big meta change. So that should be interesting, seeing how all these teams adjust to it.
Actually going to see a Farah, definitely.
Yeah, this is a big Pharah map. Got a Hanzo coming in from Ollie, swapping off that Widow. Which I think it makes a lot more sense here to have a Hanzo than a Widow if you can run them equally, because this is definitely more of a medium range map than the long side ones at King's Row.
And Hanzo has so much more utility to his kit. You get the Scout every 12 seconds, you get the tank bust ability with the Storm Bow.
Yeah, with that new buff, he's a force to be reckoned with. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's scary.
Lamperouge. I thought we were going to see the Lucio, but it looks like we're going to see. Never mind, not Moira again. We're going to see Zenyatta. Looks like they probably know they're going to see a Pharah, so they're probably going to throw the Discord on her.
And we're going to see the Winston Zarya dive with the Genji and the Discord and the Pharah. That could be actually quite huge.
Definitely some interesting comps coming out. I think it's a little bit more of a traditional comp coming out from Scuffed. And then
I
kind of mixing
absolutely.
it up. Alright,
It looks
we'll
like they're
see
going for the
who
first
gets the
point.
first pick here. That usually decides the first point.
Toxic Shock already set up on the point. It's just a battle
coming out
of the
with a
pharmacies
big
right
pick on Zoklos. That's going to be the half of the Far Mercy combo from Scuff. Epic Panda returning the favor, though. Yeah, this is. It looks like it's already going in favor of Toxic Shock here.
Toxic Shock taking over that confidence from the last game, just cleaning up.
Yeah, coming
Scuff,
out real
no
strong.
chance.
And if they get the D-Mech and the kill on this little Diva, that could be a huge stall.
Just far good use of the Concussion Blast, but don't get the Diva, unfortunately. But that was really good play by Toxic Shock, utilizing that high ground.
Yeah, they looked pretty dominant taking that first point there. We'll see if they can maintain it.
Thanks for the assist.
A just finding these picks and just getting his damage in. Look at his ult charge, 87% already compared to 63 of Epic Panda.
Yeah, Epic Panda certainly wants that Mercy dead, though. He's aiming for her. She came a little too close for comfort there and is punished for it. But 8 says, hey, you can't kill my healer or I'll kill you. Coming
8 returns the favor immediately.
That's
Huge
right.
variety pick of Mercy.
Looks like
Oh no!
Scuffed is going to turn that point. And they're
Will got
probably gonna...
immediately destroyed by the Dragon Blade. Good stuff from Scuff.
Ooh, that's a big stall on the Dr. Krako, especially because it looked like he was kind of high energy there. Pretty unfortunate.
Watch out for the glowy Zarya.
That's right, not so glowy anymore. That bulb has dimmed.
He turned out the lights. Or as someone would say, ja, bekannt las luces.
Yeah, lots of ultimates ready for Scuffed here, so it looks like they've got the advantage of that.
Someone's coming in. Initial pushback doesn't seem to find any targets. And Epic Panda with a huge barrage takes down the pharmacy.
Yeah, that's actually huge right there. That might have just saved them the point already. Looks like Toxic Shock will be retreating.
But I actually invested a lot of ults there. The Valkyrie is on an advantage. They got the Graviton coming in. They nearly got the Hanzo as well. And 8, impressively, already on 46% again.
Yeah, we got about a 20% advantage for Scuff so far, though. Definitely got to come back here from Toxic Shock.
It seems like Dr. Kraken just switched to the Roadhog to get like the hooks
That's
and the
a
displacement.
big,
And oh look!
big move on the Winston. Unfortunate.
Can't jump
right
back on
there.
that, but Epic Panda just returns the favor and kills down. Will finds Ollie.
Looks like 8's got his barrage ready too. Uses it on Epic Panda.
Takes down the Pharaoh. That was a statement. You're not a mice guy. Get
That's
rest.
right. Unfortunately, the res does come in, so it negates that barrage. Can Epic Panda turn it around? We'll have to see. Lycanthrope coming in big though with 2 kills here. Primal Rage. Make that 3.
Primal Rage is huge. But nobody's on the point. It's just getting
Yeah, they've got
ignored.
about
And
3
8.
seconds. I don't know if they realize it, but they got to get on this point right now. They do trigger OT. We'll see if they can
The
turn it around.
pharmacy is trying to fly over the point, supported by his main tank, but I don't think it's going. But 8 finds Mercy, pins the Juice. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I think any of
might
that
flip it
extra
around.
confidence that came in from that King's Row hold might be gone now. They're fighting for their lives to try to save this point.
Huge shatter. Finds Lycanthrope, but the barrage is coming in and kills Dr. Kraker. 8 finding down the Epic Panda, and the overtime is over.
Ooh, they C9'd. 8's just a little bit too high from the point. Oh,
Unlucky.
Very unfortunate.
Scuffed. Getting the first point here.
8 just a tiny bit too high. It looked like Scuffed had actually won, Toxic Shock had actually won that fight. They just hovered a little bit too high. Unfortunate.
Even Pi admits itself far too high. It feels bad.
That's alright, as long as we learn from our mistakes, then they're not completely terrible. We'll see.
Just don't see 9 in the next game.
That's right. We'll see if Toxic Shock can turn it around and take this next point now.
Both teams are switching to the Moira here, just not the main healer. And Toxic Shock sticking to what they know. Moira and Mercy.
Yeah, we've got Hanzos coming out from both sides too. That should be an exciting matchup.
Dr. Kraker is staying on that Roadhog, just trying to get his hooks in.
Waiting for that
50.
time. Kind of interesting to see a Roadhog. I feel like
Pi
There he
finds
goes.
initial kill on Lycanthrope. And
finds
now it's
the-
time for Toxic Shock to go in. Will finds Epic Panda. This should be the advantage for them.
Yeah, they've got a 2-man, make that 1-man advantage here. Toxic Shock will secure. Oh, that's actually a
that's
big
already
shatter.
the
Getting
shatter.
half their team right there. Oh, that's going to be a
Point
big
just on
stall
the
on
box,
the Scuffed.
Pi already got his shatter, and
Mass
That's
Murdoch,
his
this
point.
poor little baby diva. 45 health, lost and alone in the world, trying to survive to get her mech back. Does
No
manage to do
chance.
so. Oh,
Big Pigman will deny that.
yeah, that was scary. That was scary.
And Pi is absolutely winning the Rhino battle. He's just getting his shatter so quick.
Yeah, it looks like they've definitely
Oh, he's getting pinned though.
both coalescence coming out from each team. Diva Bomb does
Oh,
find
the
8.
stealth box
That's a big
actually
pick
finds
right
the
there.
Phara.
A big pick or a big shatter from Lycanthrope as he gets half the team. Gonna secure 2 kills of his own. It
Really
looks like
Lycanthrope
Scuffed is gonna be
kills.
able to make that 3 kills. Scuffed is gonna be able to turn this one around at about 57%.
they're gonna start getting some percentage in that, and that was actually a really good play by Ollie and Lycan. Good shatter. And the initial pickoff was Safari that somehow died through the Diva Bomb in the room, but you need to be better on that, you need to be more careful.
Yeah, coming into this though, Toxic Shock is going to have a big ult advantage, and they're going to be one man up as 8 finds Baby Mass Murdoch. Unlucky, couldn't hide this time. We'll see what happens. We got the pharmacy. Big barrage coming out.
Finds Ollie, dies to Epic Partner, but Lampert cleans up. Will finds Juice. And it should be the point for the Toxic Shock.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to be able to turn this one. Scuffed trying to regroup, get their team back together so it's not a 3v6.
And the ults are looking kind of equally right now.
Yeah, this next fight could be anyone's, but no matter what, Toxic Shock are coming in with the percentage advantage here. Mass
But
Murdoch
Scuff
almost demexed already.
Scuff coming up big time with the Epic Panda and Ollie combo with the Dragon Strike and the Avatar. They managed to find that.
Offensive coalescence coming in here. Juice pops his Transcendence to keep his team alive. That's a big shatter.
Oh, countered by the enemy Reinhardt. Really good. But they actually managed to find some kills on that.
Looks like Scuffed may be able to turn this one around. Toxic Shock down a lot of people. Looks like that's going to be it. They do get to 99% though. That's big.
And remember, the Graviton and the Dragon Strike are still available for Scuffed.
Yeah, it looks like Scuffed may have the ultimate. No, never mind. Sorry. Toxic Shock has the ultimate advantage into this stuff.
Toxic Shock going in with 2 supports and the Hands of Dragon Strike. Quite huge as well. It comes down to whoever finds the first pick.
Almost getting his barrage already.
And Will, oh my god.
That's a huge Dragon Strike. And that barrage, somehow Lamperouge has barraged as as Moira. That was interesting in the kill feed. It looks like this might be it.
And that should be it. Soldier just going for Desperation Time contest. Alicia actually got on the point.
Unfortunately, that shatter doesn't find too many people right there.
Got 2, got the main thing, but Ollie on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, there was no follow-up though, unfortunately. It looks like that is going to be it.
And Toxic Shock,
yeah.
equalizing.
Not bad. They came back strong after that first round.
Absolutely agree. They pulled off a good fight on that map. Utilized their abilities way better with the Moira and with the Mercy, like coming in with that big healing. And Scuffed had really no answer to that.
This next map could be anyone's after those past 2 performances. I think it's kind of interesting. Oh, just kidding. We've got Ollie on the Widow to start contesting 8 on the Pharah. And as we've seen, Ollie's quite adept at Widow, so
yeah,
I'm sure that'll happen.
I do think Scuffed has a kind of an advantage here because they're playing the mobile tanks.
Yeah, and on high ground, it's so vital on this map. They can get their if they can get their Widow right up on the high ground and just rain down high.
And look, Ollie already take out his position. Or using that elevator. He's getting damage boosted, and look at Lycanthrope taking down 8.
That's a big pick right off the bat. Doesn't look like it'll get rezzed either as the Mercy goes down too. Trades coming in from both sides though. Yeah, this could be anyone's fight. Sacrifice charge from Pi.
He managed to find the Diva. Luckily, she didn't have boosters. And that should be the point for Toxic Shock. Yeah, it is.
We'll see if they can maintain it. Looks like they will. Oh, huge hook on the Lycanthrope before he can get to the health pack. Very unfortunate.
Gets the rest off of Genji and just numbers advantage now for the Toxic Shock.
Juice staying on the point perhaps a little too long when it's already capped for Toxic Shock. There's no stalling to be done there.
You needed to get that reset, and Lycanthrope is actually way into deep right now. Gets it.
Dr. Krakow just missing his hook by an inch. Could have been a big pick onto the monkey again. That's alright. 8 looking to rain down some damage of her own. Or his own, I should say. I'm so used to just calling him by the character's gender.
8 just trying to get his barrage up for the next fight and use.
Going for the sneaky flank on the Widow here. Although Ollie just tanking like 4 or 5 shots with that Lucio.
Don't mess.
But in the end, 8 finds the kill on Ollie and 3 kills down. That should be the advantage. Oh, Battle Mercy coming in against 8, rezzing Ollie.
Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too late as Toxic Shock handily take the point while their Mercy's distracted. Yeah, it looks like Toxic Shock has a big ult advantage here too.
Yeah, and Scuffed don't really have an answer to that aggressive Moira and Mercy play. The insane amount of healing they get, they just can't poke through it.
Yeah, it looks like Epic Panda has switched off onto the McCree too to help deal with that fire problem.
Shadow only finds the Diva. By pins Lucio.
Big
A
ultimate from Mass Murdock as he
double
catches Dr. Krako and make it out in the open. That
This
might
should be
just
the
be
point
enough.
flip.
Will just trying to stall it out. Unfortunately,
Added to
you
overtime,
can't keep it
99%.
stalled on top of the, I don't even know what to call that there, but you can't keep it stalled on top of the center.
The dome.
That's alright though, 99-0, they have a lot of time here to take it back.
And they have massive ult advantage coming in with the Valkyrie and the whole Hog and nearly coalesces.
Yeah, I think things are definitely in favor of Toxic Shock here.
Oh,
Big charge
saying
though
that,
coming in
Lampert
from
got pinned.
Lycanthrope.
Just go farm the Diva, getting demagged.
It looks like Scuffed is just a little bit more scattered than Toxic Shock. Toxic Shock
Blade
is
coming
rolling.
in,
Oh, Will
finds the
coming in
Mercy.
big with the Dragon
Finds the
Blade.
soldier. It's just a Lucio left on the point.
It
They're gonna
looks
flip
like
that
that's
point.
probably gonna be game. Lycanthrope doing the best to stay alive. Big shatter.
Oh, he's-
Unfortunately, you can't
Finds
follow
through,
up by
but nobody
yourself.
follows up on the damage.
Looks like
And
that's
that
gonna
should be it. And unbelievably, Toxic Shock
Yeah,
takes
what a great,
races.
great answer to the last 2 rounds as they come out strong and pretty handily take this one here.
I tell you, that game on King's Row, that was the initial boost. They got so confident.
Yeah, I don't blame them. After their performance, I'd be confident too. This huge, absolutely massive blade coming out from Will.
Finds 2 and just initial cleanup after that.
All right,
Great
well,
performance by the Toxic Shock.
we will be heading off to halftime for now, so we should be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to let these teams discuss strategies, and Scuffed will be choosing what map they want to go to from here. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes. And we are back from halftime. Welcome back to Scuffed versus Toxic Shock. Toxic Shock just came out really strong on Oasis there to take the second map, but the first map win of the day. So it's technically 1-0 in favor of Toxic Shock right now, because there was a draw on King's Row.
Yeah, that draw on King's Row, that was one of the best defensive I've ever seen in Overwatch, and honestly, I thought they might take over that confidence, and they definitely did, and Toxic Shock is at a great advantage here. They're pulling their weight.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games I can't wait to watch back again, because that 4.5-minute hold was just something else, you know?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I doubt we'll see Epic Panda on the attack sim, but it would be a wonderful sight to behold.
Epic Panda, you know him. He is jack of all trades.
That's right. A man of many characters.
Yeah, and if somebody's make this attack symmetra work, it's him.
I think they're just doing the, yep, there we go. He goes the Genji. I think it's just the traditional Symmetra turret throne, I guess you would call it. You know, pre-game ritual. Always fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, someday they will roll out with an attack symmetra and attack top and win a map.
Yeah,
and
maybe
I
this,
will be there.
maybe with this new rework, she'll actually be viable. We'll see.
Your rework sounds amazing.
So it looks like we're going to see 8 swapping off that Pharah that he's been on almost all day and onto Hanzo. Ollie back on the Widow, which he was so dominant on earlier.
Yeah, Ollie is definitely a force to be reckoned with. There's a good sideline here on the main show. But they're not really knowing how to approach that, especially if they're running dive. They need to combine their forces to like take down one pick, especially against the Mercy and Moira there.
Yeah, it looks like Scuffed is taking a more calculated approach here in her attack. Kind of waiting for Toxic Shock to make a mistake.
And there goes the dive. Sees some McCree on the high ground and
really
immediately...
well executed dive as about 4 of their team just get on that McCree. There's nothing you can do about it there.
I'm pulling up 8.
Yeah, this
Gets
is going to be an
down
uphill
force.
battle for... Yep, it looks like that's probably it for Toxic Shock. An excellent... Oh, and the boop coming in from Juice. An excellent dive. Just showing really the
Scuffed.
power of it from Scuffed.
Taking that point as quick as possible. Really well executed dive from the McCree there, which opened up the fight. And Ollie just had 3 sidelines and popped in so much damage.
Yeah, 6 minutes and 44 seconds left on this push. That's a lot of time on the bank. But as we've seen, it doesn't matter for Toxic Shock. They can pull off miracles.
They defend everything. It's put us against the wall and we will build a new one, preferably.
Yep, they are absolutely incredible on their defense.
And they got, actually, Scuffed got the major ult advantage here, but...
It looks like Mickett knew that dive was coming in and flew across the map to avoid him. Juice popping that,
Toxic Shock finding the pick, so...
Yeah, it looks like Scuffed is coming in real strong with this one. I'm not sure that the spawn advantage is going to be enough for Toxic Shock.
Pie
Speaking
pinning
of the
down
devil,
Juice.
never mind. Toxic Shock coming in strong with a lot of picks here. Looks like they're going to be able to stabilize.
And Ollie needs to back off, and that was a good answer to that initial rollout. Toxic Shock, really well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, 6
Having a bit
minutes
of-
left almost still on the clock. That's quite a bit of time.
Hanamura is an interesting point to attack because you can literally fight forever and don't make any progress, so...
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to tell where, like, who has any sort of advantage here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Oh, and
Dragon,
8 finding
huge
down the
dragon!
3.
8 with the
popping
5K!
off! Unbelievable!
5K if you
What a
count,
dragon.
if you count Diva's mech. That was incredible. I think we might have found our play of the game.
That was an absolutely insane dragon in the close area there. Anywhere, and who needs a graviton if you're 8?
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that was something to behold. 5 minutes left on the clock for Scuffed. They got a lot of ults here, but so do Toxic Shock.
Trying to take that approach through the main door and actually going straight up for the point, but look at that. Pipe, perfect combination with the hook and the pin. Rice fights the Diva. We're looking at a major advantage for a Toxic Shock here.
Yeah, it looks like Toxic Shock are going to be able to stabilize again. Scuffed are retreating.
And
Yeah.
if you have 8 on your team, no worries. This man,
Yeah,
unbelievable player.
He was on fire for a reason. That's for sure.
yes.
It looks like Toxic Shock are just, you know, the kings of defense. You know?
Their defense is really good. We'll see how their attack works out. But still remember, 4 minutes left.
Yeah, they had 4 minutes left on King's Row, right?
Funny that the initial pick on the Mercy here, and actually not going for the point of first. Trying to take down the high ground.
That's a massive shatter coming in from Pi.
Good shatter Pi.
Unfortunately,
Man, I'll
not
tell
able
you
to get the
that.
Mercy, but getting Epic Panda is a big pick in itself. Scratch that. Mercy would have been bigger because she comes in with that revive. Scuffed definitely has the advantage here, I think.
Scuffed doesn't make any progress on the point. They're not even capturing it. Just Toxic Shock stalling forever.
Can only stall for so
No,
long though when it's
hey.
about a 2v6. Zoning ultimate from
Good.
Mass.
It's a good zoning ult. Gives him a bit more time.
Yeah, 8 actually getting
Monroe
2
on the
big
point.
picks right there before he dies.
Oh,
Looks like,
big pin!
wow. Looks like Toxic Shock have actually managed to stabilize.
Perfectly calculated. Just the stagger on the Diva, but Krager says no.
If
you'll
you
die.
play Diva, you gotta have thick skin. Those staggers are just, they're mean.
That is so unfair. Why do you have to do that to the?
Yeah, Diva just wants to
It's
be
not
friends.
fair.
She's just trying to play some games.
Yeah, unless she's in a mech, then
Then,
You
no,
know,
no, no, we are
rockets,
mortal enemies.
shotguns, boosters.
Looks like Toxic Shock again have a massive ultimate advantage too.
Only 1 tick for the Scuffed, and they're doing the same thing, trying to dive.
2 minutes left on the clock.
Mercy drops down.
Looks like this one could be anyone's fight. Dr. Kracko popping the whole hog, trying to zone them out.
Not much progress made.
D-Mecking
Besides,
the Diva's pretty big though. Ollie with the big Riptire on Pi. Looks like this may
And
actually
finds
be
some Mercy
turning in
as well.
favor of Scuffed. Epic Panda just doing work on his Genji.
It's a Riptide coming in from the spawn. Finds the Epic Panda. Again, slow progress made, but not real anything decisive.
Typical of Hanamura, no matter how much progress it looks like you're making, you never really know. Mass Murdoch with
just
another
pies.
Diva Bomb already.
They're putting up an insane defense here.
Yeah,
They're
it
just
looks
so.
like Toxic Shock may actually be able to stabilize now. Yeah, that's a big ult. That looks like that's gonna be it for Scuffed for this push.
They didn't even got a second tick here. Just like Hanamura, you need to clean them up.
Yeah,
Dagger forever.
You gotta get that team killer. The stall's just gonna come out and keep coming out.
And Ollie switched off to the Farah here, trying to do more damage, and I think that initial switch off dive will actually benefit them all. They're gonna take the right approach, trying to overwhelm them with the healing of the Lucia and the Mercy, and the speed boost as well. And they got Blade.
Look, they took that, what was it, 6 minutes, 7 minutes almost, down to 1 minute. Looks like this may be the final push for Scuffed, actually.
I think they're the main approach again.
Beat coming in from Juice. Epic Panda coming out with the Blade. Big
The
Blade
Blade
as he
finds
catches
two.
two. But as we've seen, could be anyone's fight on Hanamura.
Just a road to the point. Pops ult, finds the Genji immediately, and just charges Reinhardt off somewhere. Farah's just trying to get him some damage, but
Rice returning with a Genji, or sorry, Ike returning with a Genji Blade of his own.
finds the Farah. Well done.
Yeah, that was really impressive. Not often you see the Genji dash through the fire like that.
And it's Toxic Shock.
Looks like that's probably going to be it.
Q on the Epic Panda there, good hook, and that's it. 51.6% made. That's absolutely doable for the Toxic Shock.
Yeah, an incredible defense from them again.
They definitely got the advantage at defense, but they need to cap the first point, which also can be really hard on Hanamura.
Man, I just can't wait to see that that incredible dragon in the play of the game, because that was something else.
Yeah, that was really well calculated. And you don't even need a graviton on that. That was the most impressive thing.
Yeah, when you're just funneling in through a hallway, you know, it's just a straight line. What can you do?
Where do you move? It's like
Yeah, they played
there's
that,
nowhere you can
they played
just
that
die.
just about perfectly. It only took the one ult to shut down the entire team fight.
Yeah,
Looks like
and
we're gonna see.
it was also
Is this an attack
Where is it?
bastion?
if I actually will run attack bastion, be interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised here actually, because as you see on defense, they often run a Mei. Sebastian can just burst down that Mei wall really quick.
Seems like Aid, a kind of flex player for the Toxic Shock, is going to really run an attack bastion. So we'll see how that works.
Interesting comps from both sides. Surprisingly, no mercy from the side of Scuffed, which I think you might want just because of that
Running-
res.
Running Viana is a really huge risk take. I
Yeah.
don't actually think that's going to be high rewarding here as well, because you need the rest. You get off that initial pick. You need to reverse that.
Especially when you have so many people that are self-healers already. You know, you've got Mass Murdoch on the Hog, he's got his breather, Epic Panda can drop down his biotic field, Zalclose, you've got shields. You know, a lot of them, Ollie, you know, Ice Block or whatever it's called, they're all self-heals except for Reinhardt.
You need to focus the healing definitely on the run, which is quite, especially with the nano boost, but we'll see how the attack bastion plays out for the Toxic Shock here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. Especially being power boosted by that Mercy.
Oh, that's just disgusting. That
Yeah,
was
that's
such a good
really
hook.
well executed play. That hook into the Mei wall, you just block him off on the wrong side of the tracks, and that's it.
The problem with the bastion here is you need to move with him and it actually walled him up.
It looks like it's working actually decently.
The bastion's going to get freeze and
Yeah, far
he's not
from
getting away
perfect.
with that.
I think maybe if they just played that one a little bit more defensively and watched out for that hook, if they could bait hook, that might have been an easy take right there.
I think what you really need to do is play around your Ryan. When you he doesn't need to shield the bastion. It's just charge in and try to displace the main tank and
Yeah,
go
make some
past the
room
choke.
for him, right?
Yeah. And again the hook. Oh my god, that's such a good play by the Scuffed here. Unbelievable. Fine spy.
Epic Panda finding
Nice, first
Rice. That's going to, yeah, that's going to shut down the attack from Toxic Shock. Really excellent defense coming out here from Scuff today.
Yeah, they're executing that just perfect. The main wall, the Roadhog hook, and the just follow-up damage. It's like deny every push instantly.
Yeah, that's a sign of excellent communication there between the two of them.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Speaking of that, 8 swapped off from the Bastion with the Junkrat. Again, really well executed, but maybe this time Draker finds the initial pick.
Looks like that I can't think right now. That Earth
They can't
Shatter
send it
from
from
Lycanthrope didn't get much because of the Maywall. Friendly Maywall actually might have disrupted it.
Oh, Nanobooster Rhino I was talking about later, he was going... There's not a lot he can do.
Yeah, too much damage being put out to him. You can't swing your hammer and you just gotta stay alive. Juice,
And it looks-
unfortunately the last one left. Probably gonna get the late kill on him here. It's gonna stall him quite a bit.
It looks like Toxic Shock are going to take point from Mura.
We'll see
a
how
bit
much
of
time they have on the bank. 5.5 minutes to take 51.6%. It's a lot of time.
It's absolutely doable. Remember, they have the Mei, they have insane stall abilities. We'll see how that works for the Toxic Shock.
Yeah, no switches in team comp from Scuffed yet. They're playing the high
Well, it
ground,
was
so
working.
Toxic Shock says, you know what, we're just gonna go straight through the middle then.
Still not really sure about that Ana pick, but it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, that Blizzard coming in from May to just make sure they can't get on the point.
Oh, 2
8
picks
coming
from
out
8.
big. Can they
Crosses out the
Riptire find
Riptire.
more? Huge!
Finds 2, they just need to get on the point.
They may be able to do this. Actually, I don't
nobody is
know.
there.
With the spawn advantage here on Hanamura, it's only Pi and 8. Make
And
that
oh,
Pi.
it's just one person on the point.
Oh, they look how close they were, though.
Oh, that's just 3%.
They were right
3% off.
there. That's all right, though. They already got the 1 tick. That's going to save them. You know, they're already 33% out of the 51 they needed. That's pretty big.
Getting 1 tick on Hanamura is so huge because of the long stall times.
Yeah, truly, they were just a step away. If they could have just gotten 1 or 2 ticks a little bit faster, they probably would have had that one.
Depends on what we'll see from Scuffed here. Good hook onto 8.
Pi coming in, probably looking for the big shatter. Pins
And
Mass
finds
Murdoch. Huge shatter. Transcendence is going to save Scuff's team, though.
Scuffed are actually able
Oh,
to
they
survive this
see
push. And they see 9!
Absolutely forgot about the point.
Unbelievable!
2 stuck on the high ground to look at the point, and it looks like that is going to be
And
a
the
second map.
second C9. And look at the beautiful play of the game by 8 here. It's like, it's
Absolutely
Stop.
incredible. Yeah, he knows.
damage boosted.
Give a little wave and a spray. He knows what he did.
Yeah, you deserve that dance. There we go, 8.
Beautifully executed.
The Toxic Shock, despite all odds, take Hanamura in quite a style with that good old C9.
Alright, so now we're going to see Junkertown or Gibraltar coming out for Scuffed. They get to choose.
It's going to be the last match for the day as well.
Yeah, that's actually pretty significant because since that first map was a draw, that means that Toxic Shock has already won this game. They're just fighting for map wins now.
It's actually true. I hope we see Junkertown because Gibraltar is... I like Junkertown more, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think we've seen a lot of Gibraltar here. Junkertown would definitely spice things up.
Well, we'll see what the teams decide. They are the players, so they have the rights to do. We play on what they want.
Alright, so it looks like we are going to be seeing Junkertown.
Nice. Spice it up. Yeah, Junkertown, let's go.
Alright, looks like we're going to see Will coming in for 8. 8 definitely did his job, though. He's got to be proud of his performance today.
You can substitute in what you want. There's no point in winning it.
Yeah, you might as well try out some more of your players, right?
Yeah, just give Ross the time. Give your Ross the time of playing and... Let's see how they actually perform.
Lots of swaps coming in, actually, for Toxic Shock here.
I'll absolutely do the same. We have the color change as well, so Toxic Shock isn't blue anymore.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't throw us off too much. I guess we'll have to see.
Ah, don't worry, we're professionals. We don't get thrown off by that.
That's right. I know exactly what I'm doing. I am a professional caster. I cast Overwatch League in my spare time. Overwatch Pretenders is my home, though.
Yeah, Overwatch Pretenders. I live for Overwatch Pretenders.
Overwatch League is more of like, I pity them, you know, they need my skills there.
Yeah,
so I help them out every now and then, but...
I only do that for a living. This is the fun.
That's right. Looks like we're just waiting on Scuffed to see if they're ready, and they are. So we're going to be going into the final map here on Junkertown.
Welcome to Junkertown.
This is actually a map where I probably expect to see an attack bastion on both teams.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, I believe Scuffed ran Pirate Ship last time, and they did quite well. So I'm sure we'll see some more of the same from them here.
Oh, are we going to see attack top from Toxic Shock?
We can only hope.
We can only hope and dream. I agree.
I love those, you know, weird picks. It really like spices things up. It makes it fun to watch.
Yeah, it's so much more fun to watch, and also cast interesting team compositions. It's not like always dive or always triple support.
Yeah, like
That's
when
why I love
when I have to
seeing
cast like Symmetra with the 3K, it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
I
like
never
those
actually
words
see that
don't
attack
come out of
Bastion.
my mouth very often, so when they do. Ollie back on the Widow that he's done so well with.
Oh, man. I'm sorry for the yawn.
That's okay. I know it's getting pretty late for you over there.
Well, it's getting.
Oh, sorry, early. It's getting pretty early for you. Over
Yeah, it's
there.
getting early again.
Your sleep schedule must be something else.
I'm fine.
Or should I say, what sleep schedule?
Yeah, it's like I don't sleep.
Sleep is for the weak. You're an Overwatch pretenders. You're strong.
Yeah. I'm a caster for Overwatch Pretenders. I actually don't sleep. I'm a slave here. Help.
Anyway, that's totally a joke. If there are any authorities watching this, we don't do slavery.
We're seeing the Toxic Shock approach with the attack Bastion.
Yeah, we'll see how much. Yeah, it looks like Scuffed was prepared for that though, going with the Orisa and.
Playing a good sideline, but taking down the Bastion immediately. And the Widow isn't fighting any picks here, even though she has good sidelines. Gonna be forced back into the spawn room. Good hold by
Will's
Orisa.
actually behind their entire team. Ollie knows it though.
Takes down the Mercy, but Lycanthrope takes down the Zenyatta.
Will winning the Widow battle with a quick melee to the head.
Maybe
Does look
Ollie
like-
isn't as up to scratch anymore.
It does look like.
Yeah, definitely making ground. Will
Shock has
popping off on the
advantage
Widow.
here, though. Every time I say something now, I gotta like double think like, what are the teams? Who's red? Who's blue?
Yeah, I know. It's. I just remember it from players Will and Ollie. So
There you go. As long as you know what the Widows are on each team, you're good to go.
yeah. Oh look, they're actually running double shields on the Bastion. That would be. Man, I'll be so mad in competitive.
Yeah, it looks like Toxic Shock are able to easily just guide it in. Oh man, this is fun. This is where the game starts for us. You know, we gotta really think now.
Yeah, this is where a good cast to show.
Looks like that Orisa's trying to push forward, make a little space for the Bastion. Yeah, you've got double shield, so you're not too worried about it.
Oh, just Rise melting down Mass Murdoch, and what you're going to do against that brute force. Bastion is not exposed. That's the time for the Scuffed. Just
Yeah, Rice is running
Holy
wild
collapse.
right now. He's just nobody can take him off here.
just find the Bastion with that Riptide. It's unlucky. They're just rushing through that.
I think
Oh,
that the
look, the
Riptide
battle
was
mist.
actually well executed, but there are just so many shields around Rice right now that it blew up on the shield and not on Rice himself.
It's insane how they're actually managing to protect their president in that kind of form with the two shields. And you have the Mercy healing on him as well.
Ollie returns the favor to Will, finally taking him out of the picture. But the new spawn is right here, so I'm sure Will
There's more
will be back
confirmation bias.
in just a minute.
Oh wow. I didn't even notice that was
it's a
a waffle
mouthful.
pun.
Lots of
We
ultimates on
will
both
see.
sides, actually. 4 ultimates on both sides. Pretty even in that department there. Looks like they finally managed to pull Bastion off of the payload. Could that be what they need?
Remember, the damage from Bastion is so insane that you need to kill him. It doesn't matter
That's
if
a
you
big shatter
huge
coming out
shatter.
from Kehrwiegull. Unfortunately, not enough follow-up.
And Bastion tank went down on the. Oh, he got booped away far. Where the fuck did he go?
Looks like Toxic Shock are still doing an excellent job of holding this card, though. I think they have control of the situation here, and they're going to reestablish
Just-
Bastion on that card.
Scuffed has so many problems in taking down the Bastion. They're not actually. They're moving him from the payload, but it's not enough. They need to kill him. Need to get him out.
They need to take out that Mercy, too, before she can res, because that's going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely agree on that. And now we're going to see.
Interesting
Epic
to
Punish
see
using
the
the
Rip Tower coming out right now, because that's a lot of that to
Beautiful fire
for
strike.
that to
Dr. John.
happen. Yeah. They had nobody out there to distract from the Riptire, and there was a lot of time for them to take it out.
And Rise. Just shelling in the damage, and that's going to be it.
Toxic Shock just sailing it smoothly. Smooth waters all the way ahead to the final point.
With a pirate ship, what's going to go wrong? Nothing, exactly.
Alright, so now we've got Toxic Shock on defense. We'll see if they can deal with the pirate ship themselves.
It'd be interesting how they approach it. Maybe they don't run pirate ship. Which
Yeah,
would
I
be
guess
quite
that
interesting.
would really mix things up. Maybe they do a really like 10,000 IQ 4D chess move here and go on like Farah or something, you know, to like, because they might expect pirate ship, and then they can counter the counters to pirate ship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, that would require insane IQ levels though.
We got a pause coming in here from Toxic Shock.
We need restart. Ah,
Alright, so
This
hopefully
actually looks
we'll be
like-
back in just a couple minutes here.
I just need to restart his PC. It's completely fine. Pedunji, just dropping out.
It looks like it was Moshi and not Pidungji. He's just
Yeah.
being a nice guy. Being a good friend.
Yeah, it's completely fine to pause the game and just wait a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Technical
at least
issues
it was,
happen.
at least it was before the round starts, because that could be huge
Yeah.
in the middle of a round. You lose your ult charge, you're down a person for a while. It's good to get it out of the way early.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that.
Alright,
Hopefully
so
it's not anything bigger and he's going to be back.
what do you think's gonna happen here? Looking at the comp from Toxic Shock, doesn't look like a direct counter to Pirate Ship, as far as I could tell.
I think the Torbjorn will switch off, preferably to a Hanzo, I think, because Hanzo is actually quite a good counter to Bastion, just Dragon Strike the payload.
Yeah.
And
And he's got,
We'll
he's
see
got
that-
great shield breaking capability now too with the Storm.
yeah, I absolutely agree on that. And you got the Discord, and it's just like, combine the Discord with a Stormbow and the Bastion will not be a problem.
Yeah, you just melt right through him. You look like a Bastion yourself if you've got that.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And I actually think Scuffed will have a really hard time attacking this with the team comp that Toxic Shock is actually going to run.
I guess we'll have to see. Toxic Shock does have a lot of time in the bank for the next round if it comes to it. 3 minutes 51 seconds.
It's nearly a full game,
Yeah, that's
like a full map.
that is a lot of time. They did an excellent job on their pirate ship. Looks like Juice is going to be
Still-
on Ana too again.
I was actually a fan of his honor. His anti-knights and anti-hero were really good, and they actually helped the team in many situations. But just the rest of Mercy is so much value.
Yeah,
You
I
need to have
completely
one
agree.
Mercy.
No matter how good you are on Ana, sometimes it's just the kit. You know, the kit
Yeah,
in Mercy
yeah.
is just so versatile and it's so powerful with that res. You know, like
And then these really high stress situations, gotta miss some shots on Ana. And
yeah,
you don't miss with Mercy. It's just not possible.
maybe they're going for they're gonna play Ana. I'm sure probably more back so they can get the distance healing on their Bastion, which might be a smart play because then as long as Toxic doesn't have like a Widow or anything to dive back line, then or sorry, not dive back line, take out their back line. You've got the Genji, but that's
Yeah.
about it. Then Ana's free to just heal from as far as she wants.
Well, they got the Genji, and he's probably trying to take care of the Bastion then, as well with the Hanzo, like the Shimada brothers against the Omni Crisis. And and the Ana is actually going to have a hard because I don't really see the benefit of mana boosting a Bastion
Mhm.
because his damage output is insanely high anyway, and his damage reduction is insanely high anyway, so it's not really a benefit. So we have to see what Ollie and Mass Murdoch pick here.
I agree. Honestly, I'd almost damage boost the Zenyatta if he's on point. You could do so
Oh,
much
you
damage
pull-
with Discord. and
Pull out a
Zenyatta.
Jonak, yeah? Pull out
Yeah.
the Jonak.
Or you know what? Let Ana damage boost herself, like in FFA. You know, come on, Jeff Kaplan.
Yeah, just damage boost yourself and kill the whole team. Looks like one of the players has mouse issues. That's interesting.
Hopefully they get that fixed right up because we are spending a lot of time here on the pause screen, And there's only so much time before we have to continue anyway.
How long is the pause, rule pause
I
for,
believe we
like...
allow for up to 10 minutes of technical issues, like,
Oh.
throughout the course of an entire four-game set.
Alright. That's reasonable. And to be fair, I don't want to sit forever in a pause.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And you know what? I'm sure
Yeah.
Toxic Shock, you know, map wins are nice, but they've already secured the game wins. So even if they have to go into this 5v6, they can feel pretty good about it.
yeah, I agree. Toxic Shock is putting up a really great game to watch. Especially, like, I just can only refer to that King Troy defense. That was just insanely.
Yeah,
They're just putting out some good stuff.
I can't wait to watch that one back. That was just something to behold.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that.
We'll see if they can put up as good of a defense here on Junkertown. Hopefully Moshi's back in just a couple minutes, or we're gonna have to move on.
Maybe even the Scuff will forfeit.
I don't know about that. I think you might want to just, like, especially going into a 5v6, you know, every map counts, right? Because if you're tied for
Mix up the colors again. Maybe the I was saying maybe the
Toxic Shock.
the enemy team. Yeah, Toxic Shock will
Okay,
forfeit.
I was like,
Sorry,
every
getting.
map counts.
Yeah, I agree on that. It's getting.
Sorry, you cut out for a minute there. The last part of your sentence. What was that?
It's getting hard. It's getting hard to
tell
maintain.
the difference between the two teams.
Yeah,
I agree. We've been at this for 8 games now, actually, since we just came from casting that scrim too.
yeah. I was actually really fun too because I kind of like that was my first game I ever casted.
Oh, now you're
And,
a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, I casted 2 games already. Get on my level. So how was your old days? That's a really good question. 8. Since I've started a new day already, quite good.
Oh, Dr. Krako's entire city flooded. That's fun. Good times. Good times.
Can't you just sub in another player?
They could. Yeah, let me see if they want to do that. Yeah, they've got a couple people in reserve, so.
So yeah, they could actually just sub them in. And we'll see. Looks like either they're going to sub in or...
Looks like they're going to be throwing in Krakow.
Yeah. See if he can maintain the same high level we actually saw before.
Yeah,
We go back into the game.
Running that hog, which actually would not be a bad idea if they're going pirate
Yeah,
ship.
immediately switches to the whole...
Yeah,
And it looks like we're actually going to see a Torbjorn here.
I am so excited.
Defense Torbjorn is...
That is a power
Force
play
grab.
right there.
Yes. Molten Core, here we come.
Let me establish dominance with my Torbjorn.
It's like, remember, Torbjorn's turret is the best hit skin in the game. It never missed.
Looks like we're seeing a big swap from Scuffed as well. Actually, looks like they're swapping off pirate ship. I'm sure they're
Oh, that
probably
actually
not
get-
running
I'm-
attack Torb, but
If-
I actually wouldn't be surprised to see the Doomfist.
Counter Torb and Torb. Yeah, Doomfist would be quite interesting, especially...
Got some advanced
We'll see.
games coming in here now.
Just Torbjorn versus Torbjorn mind games, same as Reinhardt.
When's he gonna pop Molten Core?
Yeah, it's like, I need to pop Molten Core before he does because to force dominance on them. Are they actually going to run it without a tank? Oh no, Mesmeric switched to Roadhog.
Roadhog is definitely an interesting tank to have as the only one. Nope, looks like we've got Lycanthrope on the Orisa. More traditional pick there.
And we see Attack Bastion.
There we go.
Okay.
Looks like they are running pirate ship. Maybe just a little bit late, but running it nonetheless.
A big hook on the Bastion, but really well executed
Yeah,
ult there.
unfortunately not enough
Saved the
damage
Bastion.
to follow up on it.
Ollie fights to Rise. Gets immediately rest by Messi.
Oh,
He's
Dr.
just shutting
Krakow
him.
hooking the Bastion into himself and unfortunately causing his own death there.
Good hook by Mass Murdoch there.
Epic
And
Panda
look-
showing the turret that Bastion is the superior defense weapon. I don't know.
You can have best accuracy all you like. I've got the big gun.
That's
and he's
right.
just killing
Matchup
everybody right
of
now.
the century, Bastion versus Torbjorn turret.
I'll have my bets on the Bastion gun, the Gatling gun, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's a couple more bullets than Torbjorn's turret.
If on hindsight though, if they all might actually see the switch from Will to give the hands up. Rice
That's
on
probably
Twitter
good.
plays.
I'm not sure Torbjorn was, the best of calls here.
Especially against the Bastion, but I think Rice on the Tracer and Will on the Hanzo will definitely help take down that pirate ship.
Junkie's shield just being absolutely destroyed by this Bastion. Looks like they may be running into the same problem as Scuffed was.
Oh, great hook on the Bastion, completely misplaced him, and Will and Rice finding their picks. Bastion kind of out in the open, discarded as well, and beautifully executed. Well
Yeah, I
done.
guess call it the caster curse or something, because the minute I say they're having problems with the Bastion, what do? They take him out. Sorry, Scuffed.
Paid casters.
Report Spidey for throwing with magical powers.
You're influencing them. Psychology. It's
Ooh,
don't do
Will,
that.
Showing
Will,
who's
great
boss
pick
on
on
that
the Widow.
also.
I don't need a scope. I'm shooting Trunk.
That's right. Your bullets are cute, my arrows are bigger.
It's all about who has got the bigger arrow.
That's right. Looks like we're seeing some switches from Scuffed as well. We're seeing traditional dive.
Healing stream engaged.
Traditional dive will actually work against them pretty well. The Nano Boost on the Diva here.
Will just putting out crazy amounts of damage though. Looks like we're probably gonna see a Dragon Strike. Yep, here we do. It's just 1, 2, 3
Now they're
people.
collapsing. Well
I
done,
guess-
Will has been really on point with his Dragon Strike.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 or
incredible.
4 people constantly.
Lycanthrope knows his time is up and just sits still so that he can respawn with his team.
And it looks like Toxic Shock are really going to stabilize on.
Yeah, no more smooth sailing of the pirate ship for Scuffed. Toxic Shock's defense has proven time and time again. It doesn't matter what map it is, they are very strong on defense.
Weather's getting rough, so the pirate ship will stop.
That's right. Coming into some stormy seas here. Looks like it's the battle for high ground right now. They
Winston
don't even
trying to
care
force
about that
them
payload.
down.
They're just going for the kills.
And it's working. You can't say
argue
anything
with
about that. The
results,
Diva's
right?
just... He was killing them. Mercy though.
Oh, Dr. Krakow with the hook on the Diva before she can read
He-
back.
He is like, no matter what you do, I will kill you anyway. Finding the kill.
Yeah, it looks like Toxic Shock have dealt with the problem pretty handily. It's going to be tough for this Mercy to get back without a Guardian Angel.
Toxic Shock just showing who's boss.
There may be a very late stall on this Mercy here.
If that, oh man, it's forces.
Valkyrie just to get away, and it's not enough as Dr. Krakow lands the hook. Oh,
That was
is-
so huge.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for Zalklos.
A big stall and the bad use of Valkyrie from Zarklos should have saved that.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
going to
that
make
was-
a big
that was
difference
not-
there. Looks like Toxic Shock have a really big ult advantage here too, coming in with almost 5 ults here, whereas Scuffed only has 1.
It's the Dragon Blade. It's not going to do a whole bad against that team, especially when they're coming in with a Transcendence.
Yeah, he's going to have Transcendence in just a second, and it'll completely negate that blade.
Scuff taking on some ground though.
Big shatter
big
coming out
shatter,
from B.
unbelievable.
Getting about 4 people swinging his hammer. He is just running wild right now.
Counter to charge as well and probably save one of his teammates there. A toxic shock really good.
Actually, a really good ultimate advantage, I would argue, from Toxic Shock. The minute P-Dungy was like super low on health, Dr. Krako popped. Oh, I'm gonna stop talking. This is getting ridiculous. Lots of ults coming in from both sides now. It could be anyone's fight.
Against the blade coming out, waiting for a Transcendence. Perfect moment to pop it. And Dr. Kraken saves the Sentinel with a beautiful hook. He's not going to die. I got you. I hooked you away from him. Beautiful play by him.
Only 40 seconds left. Another shatter already from P-Dungy. Absolutely looking like the MVP of this match right now.
It's just like,
wow.
Got 2 shatters in like, what, 1 minute?
That was absolutely
Really well
insane, and a late pick on Ollie is going to stall them for another 8 seconds. They're only going to have one more team fight to take this. What
They're not going in with a whole lot of ults, only Val or the Scuffed and Rice building up a pulse bomb.
Absolutely insane plays coming out.
And Will finds out Alexander.
Yeah, that's huge. Coming into a 5v6.
Kraken finds a mercy. Big
Back
hole
up,
hop.
Yep, it looks like this is definitely going to be Toxic Shock's map once again.
And they're not on the point, and Toxic Shock wins the next map. Beautiful executed.
Toxic Shock
Well done,
taking
Toxic Shock.
the entire game 3-0 with the draw on King's Row.
Rice on the attack bastion with the play of the game.
Yeah, you know what? They may not have won the game, but they won the play of the game. I guess that... Oh wait, sorry. This is Toxic Shock. Apologies. Rice coming in big with Toxic Shock.
The colors, I know.
The colors threw me off. Unfortunately, Scuffed just couldn't pull through in time.
It was beautifully to watch by the Toxic Shock. They were just showing how to defend properly.
Yeah, another
well done.
excellent game from both teams. Both players from both sides coming out with really big plays, but it looks like Toxic Shock was just on point today. Their defense was something else. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. No matter how stacked the odds looked against them, they pulled through every single time. Absolutely incredible play from everyone involved.
Toxic Shock, just kudos to them. Really well done. Good team performance as well. Top communication. That was...
I think I muted myself for a second. Thank you for joining us. Any viewers we have at home, this has been Overwatch Pretenders. Toxic Shock once again taking that game 3-0. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.